little known fact about Spero, we went to Fordham together years ago. I'm 2 years older than him, and I thought this would be a good excuse to get him on so he could thank me. I taught him most of what he knows about broadcasting for all that success. 15 years in the NCAA tournament. That's a pretty good run, huh?
Connell, you think I'm kidding? I still tell people to this day that everything I learned, everything I know in this business is because of my old friend Connell McShane. How are you, buddy?
Hold on one second. Do we have that, guys? We have that on no, that's good. I'm great. I'm good, man. So this is, seriously, this has been great. You're the first voice we hear doing the tournament. You know, the one I think is interesting to talk about this year, just as a starter, not Fordham not making it. That's not controversial. But North Carolina making it, right? Everybody, you know, you'll have them in the first four. I heard a lot of talk yesterday. Should they have been in? Should they have not been in? That seems to be controversial.
Yeah, they were the surprise team, I think, that people heard on Selection Sunday yesterday, just based on the metrics, based on what the committee tells us they're looking at now in terms of non-conference and strength of schedule and all those things. But to have just one win against quad one teams, which is one of the main metrics, and then you put that side by side with some of the other schools that were on the bubble, you know, teams like Indiana and some of the other schools that were left out in the cold, that was definitely the shock team that made it through yesterday.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe they make a run. I mean, you never know. Davis has done it before. The other thing that people seem to be talking about, you know, when we were growing up years ago, you know, the Big East was the big basketball conference. Not that it's not now, but now the fact that the SEC got 14 teams. I mean, this is everybody's said this is a football conference. How did they do it? How have they done this? This is not like a one-year story. They've been building, right, for years and years. Is it NIL? What's going on that the SEC is this good?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think it's something that we've seen that's been methodical. You know, schools that have been traditional football schools have now turned and are starting to put the resources in to turn things on the basketball hardwood as well. You know, you look at what Bruce Pearl did at Auburn. You know, a team that up until maybe 9-10 years ago was strictly a basketball or a football school. You know, now they're a perennial contending team, and now they're the #1 overall seed in the tournament. So I think if you're asking me to put my finger on something, I think it starts with the head coach. I think that's the face of your program. You look at, you know, the success Alabama now has with Nate Oates. I think it starts with that person and obviously the resources that these schools have put towards their basketball program.
Now, sometimes these tournaments, you get one player who steals the show. Sometimes it's someone we didn't expect. You know, remember when Steph Curry was so great years ago for Davidson, and people knew he was good, but they didn't think they knew how good until then. This year, everybody seems to agree the best probably player and prospect long-term is Cooper Flagg for Duke. Now, is he good enough to play? What's the injury situation as far as we know for him? And you call NBA games and have for years for TNT. I mean, how good is this kid? What are they saying about him at the next level?
They say that he's a unicorn. You know, he's a generational type talent. Whether he can play for Duke next week, I think remains to be seen. But from all indications, it seems like he's going to try to play. And the fact that they have almost a full week in between, you know, the game he went down and their first game of the tournament, I think bodes well for him. And you know, as you know, it's good to be young. I mean, your body heals a lot quicker at his age than it will maybe 5-10 years down the road once he's got a little more tread on those tires. But in terms of his talent, his ability, he is a generational talent. You know, I've heard the name unicorn thrown around to describe his skill set. His entire life has been almost like putting him in a basketball factory to prepare him for this level, and obviously what he has in front of him at the NBA level the next couple of years.
It reminds me a lot of your game as a Fordham intramural player years ago, which a lot of people don't know, right? So like inside, outside, a little bit of everything. So, you know, by the way, we did go to Fordham, and that is the story that one of these years, 92 is the last time they made the tournament. One of these years they'll make it. But I grew up a St. John's fan here in New York before I went to Fordham. You know, they were great when I was a little kid growing up. Chris Mullen and Mark Jackson and all the rest, Walter Berry, all these guys. So they go back now. I know this, maybe this is New York centric, but I don't care. Rick Pitino is one of the great coaches of all time. Is this a Final Four team potentially? I mean, they play as well defensively as anybody.
I don't think there's any doubt that they have the potential to get to San Antonio in the Final Four and the potential to win it all. And I think it goes to your previous question, you know, how do you make a football school a basketball school? To me, you start with the coach. And I think Rick Pitino, with what he's done now, even the last couple of years, his stop before St. John's, with what he did at Iona, taking them, Connell, to another level, getting them back into the tournament and kind of putting them, you know, they were on the map before, but I think he took them to a higher point. And now what he's done with St. John's, a school that, you know, as we both know growing up on the East Coast, had such a history but have been dormant for so long. And in the blink of an eye, in the span of less than 2 years, here comes St. John's again as another perennial power team. It looks like they could be a perennial power again with what he's building. I think it's just a testament to the coach, and I think that's what's different about the college game as compared to the pro game. In the pros, it's about the star players. In college, you have to have that larger-than-life coach who's the face of the program to bring those star players into your fold. Man, they are fun to watch, especially the way they defend. They play really, really hard. All right, the broadcasters, I think they say, have a good call, right? So have a good call the next couple of days. You're terrific. Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.